13 years. We live about a 30-minute walk from here. I had started a little bit background about me. I had planned on living in a Latin country since the 3rd grade. So I always was kind of working that way. Fell in love with this Southern California, just did, with the Latin culture. Got on a bus in Claremont, California 13 years ago. Got out in Panama and met a lady here. Sometime later visiting, and here I am. Greatest thing that happened to me. Okay, settled me down a little bit. It's been great. Okay, bus ride was great down and back. So if you want to do something like that, that's fun. What I'm trying to do is we get asked several times, if I come here, okay, I'm going to come here. I love it here. The weather's great. The jungle's green and there's pretty monkeys. What do I do then? Okay? Yeah. What do you do? And what happens so many times that we see is we're trying to prevent you from making a big mistake. Me and the ARCR. Okay? So many times people make that big move, then they withdraw back into their homes or their little sphere, and then they go home and say bad things about Costa Rica when they made the mistake themselves. Okay? How am I going to get out? What am I going to do? One thing, two things, but first thing you have to do is get your residency and start studying Spanish now. Okay? If you get out, you have to be prepared. I mean, you're not getting out in downtown LA, okay? So I want to give you this little story that happened to me about Spanish. I was talking at a seminar to a gentleman. I had observed him that was attending, and his Spanish was like music, like poetry. I made an appointment to sit with him at lunch. And I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm going to move to a Latin country. I'm really looking at Costa Rica. He said, I noticed your Spanish is beautiful. I wish I could speak Spanish like you. And he said, you probably won't. I have a doctorate in Spanish and I'm a retired professor from NYU. And I said, you know, you're probably right. He said, let me tell you about a language. It's communicating. Write it down. Show it to somebody. Hold up a glass that you want another glass of water. Just communicate however you get it done, because that starts the learning process.
It does.
And I had been doing that, and I thought, oh my goodness, I'm on the right track here. So it is just communicate. It's easy, right? You know, come here, get away, you know, whatever. So do that. Start practicing Spanish, communicating however you can. A great way is, I want to go to Walmart, write Walmart down, walk up to the taxi and hold it, okay? But first of all, use your phone, translate it, write it down in Spanish. You want to practice this, learn this phrase. First phrase you need to learn in Spanish. Por favor, corregirme, correct me. Si yo no hablo bien español. The people love that. And all of a sudden, the whole bus is your teacher. They are. They're the people on the street. Correct me if I don't speak your language good. They love it. Okay? Get your cedula, your residency, and start practicing Spanish every day, walking down the street, in the bus, in the taxi. The people are very helpful in this country. Okay? The big thing about your cedula, your residency, your cedula. People in this country do not like illegal people in their country, just like other people from other countries that we know. So if you have your cedula, you will actually see facial expressions in changes in actions, things you're doing. Many times they'll say, let me see your passport. You take your cedula out, your residency, everything changes. Changes. They give you a form to fill out and they'll take it back. Here, I'll do it for you. After they see that you have respected their country. This country moves on respect. Okay? If you do not respect somebody and they feel that, you might as well look for somebody else. Because it's gone as far as it's going to go. Roll your eyes back, make a facial expression, it's over. Okay? So find somebody else to try a different approach on. Okay? I have promised the embassy that I would talk about what they did. I understand they weren't here. This is the U.S. Embassy. The Canadians use Facebook. Okay? We use U.S. Embassy cr.gov. Use that, okay? To make your appointments, use the drop-down boxes. But the first thing you need to do, and hopefully maybe some of you have done this already. I'm sorry? U.S. Embassy cr.gov. Okay? Go to it, if they haven't moved it, the upper right-hand drop-down box. Okay? In that is Smart Travelers Program. The Smart Travelers Program. You need to register on the Smart Travelers Program. Those from the United States. Canada does not have that. They rely on Facebook. Okay? England. Okay? They are under the control of England. Right? Anyway, so drop down and register. The reason that's important, okay, is that if somebody in the United States, example, daughter calls, I haven't heard from dad for 3 days, okay, well, where is he? I don't know. Well, who are you? Well, let me look. And they go right to their computer, they go right for your name, and if you aren't registered, sorry, I don't know you. Bye. Okay? And they won't talk to them. You're protecting your privacy. If you put their name registered, now they'll talk to them, they'll go looking for you. Okay? So make sure Smart Travelers Enrollment Program, you say you get, it's called STEP. Okay? Register. Go online. It is protected. They promise they do not use any of that information with IRS, FBI, CIA, whoever you might be concerned about. So get that registered.
All American.
Facebook, yes.
I want to cover a couple other things that they're really concerned about, that their complaints come in about, is petty theft. Okay? They are not a police department. So there's no need to go to the embassy with the complaint. Okay? You go to the police first. If you got that report, then you can go to the embassy, and I don't know what they're going to do for you. They can get you home. They'll pull your passport. You know, you probably lost it in your backpack. You get a temporary one, but you will not get a permanent one until you pay back the money that they spent to send you back. Okay? To get you back, wherever you're going. Okay? This is their most sensitive thing. U.S. Embassy, all embassies. Be careful swimming. They do not like to call family members in the United States and tell them we're sorry that your son or daughter or husband or wife are not with us anymore because they were not careful swimming. There are a lot of rip currents. I don't know how many of you are used to that, you know, swimming. Just be careful, don't drink and swim. Okay? It is very common, at least once a week, the U.S. Embassy is calling the United States, telling mom that your son's not coming back, or come get him. Okay? So they really, that's their most sensitive thing. They don't like to call family members. Okay? So be careful swimming. Okay. A book. If you're coming here, do yourself a favor. Read this book. It's $14.91. 1491. Those of you who remember back, that's the day a gentleman by the name of Columbus showed up and really screwed everything up bad. What we were taught in school was garbage. This book is factual, scientifically researched, and it will amaze you. Charles Mann, M-A-N-N, is the author. I got my daughters to read this in the United States, and they called me about every 4 hours. Dad, I didn't know this. Why was I told that? I had the fortunate time I met this gentleman in Mitla, Oaxaca, and got to talk to him, and he was a very interesting 15-minute time we had to talk. But it's really a good book, and it should prepare you to come here. Okay? So do read that book. It's online. I use iOS, Apple Store. It's online. Get it online. Okay? I can't tell you enough. Read that book. Okay. We'll get down here to things to do. The handout that you receive has clubs and activities on there. So when you get here, we've got to get you out the door. You can't stay where you're at. It's a loser. Gated communities, I think, should be banned. Okay? You need to move into a neighborhood that's full of ticos. I'm not telling you where to live, but you'll have a much better time. Okay? You'll learn the language, you'll make great friends, and you'll have a good time. They are amazing people. Okay? I'm not saying don't be careful, I'm just saying move along. Get out of the house. Okay? Where am I going to look for activities? Okay? Google is a good place to look. Google it. Activities Costa Rica, San Jose, wherever you're at. Call the office. What's going on this weekend? Okay? There's festivals and parades and parties. Professional volleyball games. Those are great. And I didn't really realize how aggressive Coca-Cola's women's volleyball team is. Oh my goodness. So there's something going on all the time. Those of you that like to go to the theater or opera or, I don't know, things, the theater, the National Theater, make sure you go there. Okay, Wednesdays, with your cedula, I think it's $1.50 to go in at 12 o'clock. It's worth the $1.50 just to get in, and they have great 1-hour performances. Then the night ones, I mean, they're really nice. Inside is beautiful, inside the National Theater. So we make a tour. I think it costs more for the tour than to go to the activity on Wednesdays. Okay. That's just some of the things, soccer games. You don't have to go to a soccer game, just go stand out of in front of the National Theater, or the National Stadium. It is really entertaining. It is amazing. So I live there close by, and I love to walk up there and watch the craziness. So do that. I want to talk now about, let's go back to where, did I